Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series here live at Homestead Speedway for championship night. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Baron Labosco. Baron, tonight we crown a champion.
Yes, we do, Dean. Crowning the champion at Miami Homestead Speedway. And this is a great, wide, fast, mile-and-a-half track. So really nice place to go ahead and celebrate a new champion tonight, Dean. Happy times, and it also seems to be the kickoff of the very next season.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of two wide down in practice, and that's good news for Homestead.
It is good news for Homestead. New drivers in here checking out the RGR series. We're going to get a good look at some nice race car drivers tonight, Dean. Going to be a good evening.
Yeah, going to be a great one. Out there on the track right now, you see Michael Walker II getting warmed up, ready to go. We got Mark Hamill out here, Baron. Holy cow.
Luke Skywalker's in the field, right?
Yes, sir. Got that whole white going. I mean, is that a stormtrooper car? I don't know.
That is a clean slate for a new sponsor. That's what we're talking about. So we need a sponsorship for this vehicle. We got a little sponsorship on there. Who we got in the hood here, Dean?
Let me have a look back here. Hard to get zoomed in on it. Not sure, Baron. We'll have to get a better look at that later on this evening.
Let's get him. We'll get him on the podium and get him up there talking about it. How's that?
Absolutely. Jason Brantley out here, of course, in that East Coast Web Printers car. And tonight, though, it's all about Jorge Leal. I mean, does he have to do anything here tonight, Baron? I mean, is he going to ride around the back? What do we know about George?
Well, we know George is all but wrapped this thing up tonight, Dean. I see him as a participant, but I don't see him out here practicing. So if he is racing tonight, he may have already kind of relegated himself to the back of the field and do his victory laps.
Yeah, you think he's already opened up a couple of bottles there, Baron?
Well, I know I would have. I know I definitely would have been like, hey, drive around here with one hand out the window.
This track, Baron, one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. And I love hooking just above that bottom lane, putting those tires on there. Very interested to see these guys race it because it might have changed a bit. We got a lot of two wide out here tonight. I mean, these guys getting ready to get going, man. I can't wait to get into this.
Yeah, it's a slippery track, Dean. Typically has a very loose component to it. So as you're driving around, you got to be real careful with the throttle. She can get away from you in a hurry. But yeah, some love the high side, some love the low side, and we're going to see them all kind of fan out together tonight, see who likes what.
Yeah, I think you brought up the key there, that throttle control, being easy on and off that throttle. Right now, let's get into tonight's starting grid. On the pole, it's Lance Buckshot Ripka in the number 52 with a time of 32.848. Shane Harr, rookie out here, will start on the outside of row number 1. It's Greg Ratliff and George Dibble in row 2. Jason Jackson and Mark Hamill in row 3. So our rookies showing quite well here in qualifying. Claus Williams will start 7th alongside Darren Bruce. Todd the Toad Man Gilly will be 10th. We skipped over Tony Ratliff in 9th. You got Jorge Leal, our presumptive champion here, just coming off of pit road right now. He's supposed to be starting 11th. Michael Walker II will start in 12th. Row 7 will be Spear and Hunt. You got Brantley, Linger, another rookie, Stephen Linger, there in the number 23, starting 16th. Then you got Helm, Sheffield, Ashley, and Ricky Williams rounding out a 21-car field.
Nice participation tonight. Dean, we see it again. Sheffield in the back of the pack. We talk about it every week because he can't make the drivers' meeting due to work obligations, but it is fun watching him come to the front, isn't it?
It is. I mean, he does it every time. It's great to watch. Highly talented driver. Lord knows what he'd do if he qualified. Here we go, though. Pace car off the track. They're down and away. We're racing at Homestead.
Lance got a real nice start there, but the rookie Shane Haar matched him, so he's driving that Jumpman vehicle right there, that black and purple 18.
Yeah,
Good looking start.
great looking start by him, but the Ripka through on the bottom. Ratliff trying to make moves. He slips into line. A little further back, Claus Williams and Mark Hamill kind of going at it. The 94 way up high. That's Dibble up there. Oh no, and Greg Ratliff loose. He's down the track. Holy cow.
He collects Jackson.
Wow. Jason Jackson, heavy damage there. Early trouble.
No caution. They're still racing.
Man, they're still racing. We're going to check a replay nonetheless. Let's see what happened. You see there a little bump of the wall by two of them up there.
Yep. Greg got the wall. Yep. Ooh, big hit.
No caution. Wow. So Ripka out front, hard chasing. Dibble in third. How about that? George Dibble up here looking good tonight.
Yeah, and he's not driving his McDonald's car.
Maybe that's the key. I don't know.
Better looking blue and white car. Yeah, well, I'll take it. We don't fault you, George.
That was
although we
wild.
do like the prize.
Baron, that was wild. We've seen two cars go really high in that corner, and they both broke loose. And Dibble up here now looks a little shaky. That car bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, that might have been just a product of cold tires. You know, guys getting a little aggressive on these cold tires, waiting for the heat to get into them. And, you know, we got a loose condition when he got to the wall, and, you know, the rest is history.
Bruce on the move back here. Michael Walker in second, up 5 spots.
Good to see Darren back in the field.
It is. Bruce on a little sabbatical there. He was trying to make some money on iRacing, Baron. Didn't quite work out.
Another Highline driver up there. These guys are up rim riding. That is the six machine. Tony Ratliff. So Tony's got his handle on it.
Yeah, last time I remember seeing this was, you know, many seasons ago, the pros ran here in their finale. And one guy was riding the low line, I think it was Alfala, and someone was up high. Very evenly matched, Baron, even though they were running different lines.
Well, this racetrack is, you know, got that progressive banking. So, you know, the design here is that you could run as fast on the bottom as you do on the top, Dean. And some of these guys love picking that line because it fits their driving style better. So you'll see guys move around tonight, too. Finally, the handle will go away on these things. We'll start getting loose and start searching for grip. You'll see them all over the place.
Sheffield making moves from the back. Helm up 6 spots already. There's Jorge Leal doing his thing right where he started. You know, he'll be very patient here tonight.
Yeah, he sure will. You know, no real hurry to get to the front. And in fact, as long as he finishes, I think this is his. So, you know, stay on the lead lap and not wreck.
That's it. And I think it's his, you know why? Because I don't see Reiner out here.
That's right. Well, second place car, Bryce Reiner, not in the field right now, Dean.
Yeah, that's a little shocking, but perhaps he conceded here, or perhaps he was just busy. But that's it, folks. We're going to wrap it up here. Championship sealed. Jorge Leal out here waving to the fans, just getting the sponsorship logo shown to everybody there. A little black rifle on the side.
Nice. I've never had the coffee, but I sure do want to try it.
Yeah, heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
There's Jason Spear back in the field tonight. He's up 4 spots right now, so he's looking good. But he's got Helm coming around on that high side. Holy cow.
High, wide, and handsome. He's got the Harry Gant line going on up there. Nice momentum down the backstretch.
I wish Harry was still racing.
Oh, me too.
You watch yourself a little bit of the duels tonight, sorry?
They are still on. Yep. So got it on in the background, and we're watching Miami Homestead on this one.
See Bubba won duel number 1 in real life there.
He did.
He did indeed.
Bubba's got himself a new baby, and it looks like he's got a little dad bod going on now.
There you go. That'll happen to you.
Yeah, you're living the good life.
Let's hop on board here with George Dibble. He's rim rocking up there on that high line.
Yeah, I like this. I like this line, Dean. For me, when I run this track, I like the high line. It just feels, and it may not be, but it just feels faster. You know, it just feels like you're moving faster, and you probably are, but I just like the high line here.
Yeah, I think it's a good line, but I think it's going to wear this stuff out. I think these cars might get loose up there. Hard to say. Haven't been in the car this week, so I don't know. But I like the low line, Baron. Steady Eddie down on the bottom. That's where I'll always be.
Yeah, I generally follow that yellow line, too. This is one of the few tracks I like the high line at. And it's that progressive banking I was talking about, Dean. It just gives me a sense of speed. And you're right. I think this thing gets loose no matter where you find yourself. But we'll see some guys try it, especially in the passing situations. They're going to have to move around a little bit.
Absolutely. Little gaggle here. Tony Ratliff, Brian Helm, and Darren Bruce. Helm up 10 spots. Wow.
Yeah, he's on the move. And got himself P7 right now, knocking down the rear bumpers of Tony Ratliff and Brian Helm.
There's Mark Hamill up high. Dibble still riding the wall. There's Claus Williams. He's moved up 4 into 3rd. Shane Haar still in 2nd. He is running down our leader, Buckshot Ripka.
So, Dean, is this a patience race? I mean, are you waiting for those tires out here, or is this something you can plan on?
Well, I think it's a patient race. I think these guys who are really pushing, they're going to pay the price here later in this run. And that's something to talk about, too. I mean, we can do around 65 laps here, and with 117 on the board, that's a one-stopper. So guys going to have long-run cars out here. I think these guys who are pushing the limits might be in trouble, Baron.
Yeah, well, we'll stand to reason here if we don't get a caution. And this series rarely goes to caution. We'll have to, manage those green flag stops. That's going to be exciting stuff, Dean.
Oh, yeah. Stay tuned. This thing's going to heat up. I mean, you've got the likes of Bruce, Helm, and Leal back in 7th, 8th, and 9th. They're coming. Sheffield's already up 7 spots. He's coming. He just got by Spear. That's for 11th place.
Yeah, can you imagine if he qualified?
I know. I'd love to see him qualify, get up there. I think he'd be fighting for a championship right along with Leal, Reiner, and others. The Toad Man looking pretty good, sitting in 10th, right where he started. Leal underneath Helm now, drive off, almost contact.
Plenty of room. Couple pieces of paper in between those two cars there.
There you go, right in front of them. Bruce coming around Dibble. Dibble still on the high side. So Bruce starting to surge forward here.
A really nice pass there.
What a gaggle of cars here. Leal underneath the Dibble. Helm on the high side with the Toad Man underneath. Spear in the mix. Rachel Hunt starting to move forward.
Yeah, Rachel's found her groove. Hasn't advanced her position much, but she is right there.
Yeah, right behind Jason Spear. Riding the high side. There's Brantley down low. He's looking to make some moves.
Here's the pass.
Rachel moving forward early on here in the ECWP Homestead 175.
So Rachel opting for the low side here. Jason's stuck up top. He gets that big run down the back.
Yeah, Jason rocking a little higher line. A little surprised by the way he's running here. He's up one spot. And, you know, I expected him to lay back, especially with not necessarily fuel mileage, but with a full run. He's coming forward here, Baron.
Battling with Toad Man.
Sheffield and Dibble going at it. So Dibble is starting to fade here. Down 6 spots now. He was in third not long ago. Has faded to 10th. Up ahead, Helm gets passed by Leal. So Leal now up 4. So again, he loses a spot early. And then on lap 20, you look up and he's on the move forward.
Two spots behind him, Brandon Sheffield has got himself into the top 10, Dean. We just saw him. He was in 11th. Now he's in 9th. Keep an eye on that 36 machine. I think that car is coming to the front, and it's only lap 21.
Yeah, he just ran a 34.50 or a leader at a 34.56. So Sheffield flying around this track right now. He's starting to come in on Brian Helm. Leal up on the high side trying to make a move right now. Bruce in front with Tony Ratliff. Those guys going at it. They're going to go 3 wide down into 1. I don't know about this. Holy cow.
It might be championship night, Dean, but these guys are running like it is the last race of their career.
Holy smokes. They stay 3 wide. Helm keeps it low. Gets a good drive off somehow.
Aggression out here, Miami Homestead.
Good hard racing going on. Hamill now be passed by Leal. So Bruce through, Leal through, Hamill hanging on to 6. Shane Haar up here going for the lead. He is going to pass Ripka. So put rookie, the 18, Shane Haar out front now.
Clear driver, look at that.
And these guys...
Lance Ripka's got to be wondering, who's this guy?
Yeah, I mean, they're 4 seconds ahead of the field. Ripka battling back on the low side. The 52 looking to take the lead back. These guys slugging it out.
Back and forth, side by side. I got a feeling these guys are going to be around each other all night, Dean.
This is a good sign here, seeing Ripka battle back like this. He got past, but the car is not pulling away from him.
Shane Harson, give me some TV time. I need some points.
What
Got the jump man on the hood, Michael Jordan's car. Oh, a little loose out of Ripka there, so he's going to slide back and in second place, kind of tuck back in behind that 18 machine.
Yeah, Har had such a good run off that corner. He gets away a little bit. Ripka goes up high, trying to wind that machine back up. He'll look to pull back in there and grab the draft. Claus Williams in third. Now Bruce challenging, looking for that spot.
Right behind him, George Leal.
George Leal on championship night, moving through the field. Up 6 spots now here on lap 25.
Battles going on all over the track, Dean. It's a great racetrack. I do love it.
That's a lot lot of fun. You see Hunt there, throw it in on the high side of the Toad Man. So her and Spear trying to go around on the high side. Holy smokes. Toad Man looks to make it 3 wide here. Thinks twice about it.
And that's newcomer Mark Hamill right there, under duress from Rachel Hunt and the Toad Man. So learning the tire strategies here in the 9 machine.
Yeah, well, it is a bit of a learning curve, isn't it, Baron, here with this green flag racing. Let's go back.
So he's an educated driver. He's going to be able to figure that out eventually here, Dean. I'm sure he said, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some guys will figure it out in 1 run, some in 1 week, some it takes 1 year, Baron.
It does. But practice makes perfect. We say it all the time.
Big battle here. Bruce trying to slide through on Claus Williams, so Bruce will take 3rd place. Now Leal right in the mix here. Helm down low.
The heads of state are coming forward here, Dean. Have you noticed that?
It's what Homestead does. I mean, these guys, you talked about it, working that throttle, being gentle on it and stuff. That's what these guys do best, and that's why if we stay green, they're going to move towards the front. There's Sheffield lurking behind. Go on board with George Leal here, trying to follow Claus Williams. You see him stick his nose just a little lower, get a little air on there.
Gotta get that headlight some air. Gotta let her breathe. That's downforce, isn't it, Dean?
I mean, that's what my crew chief says, Mr. Labosco.
Right? Big move here from George. Looking to try to get around Claus Williams. This is the 4th and 5th place battle here, Dean.
Yeah, this is hard battle in here. You try and get that drive off the bottom. It's very hard to do, especially the later in the run you get. Leal hugging down there near the white line. Bruce riding a little bit up, and I like that. That's the line I like there, that Darren Bruce is riding. Leal right down on the inside of that first lane. Helm hanging in there. Up top, Williams really hanging in. I mean, he's in 4th, rocking that high line.
Look at this run Sheffield got. He was up on the high line, too. Sheffield right in the mix now.
Yeah, he's coming. I mean, he looks really comfortable. I mean, looking at that machine a little bit, looks very stable.
Claus way up top again. Looks like Leal likes to go up there with him.
Yeah, guys are running all over the track here, Baron. I'm really surprised. I mean, it's great to see, though. Back up front, Shane Haar is still leading. Ripka not letting them get away. Lead is coming down, though. Bruce, Williams, and Leal chasing are now under 3.5 seconds to these guys.
And are we at the point where these tires have started to equal out here on them, Dean? I mean, is it something you can still get a run on, or are you just hoping for tenths now?
Well, I think they do. They sort of equal out, but I think on the long run at this particular track, tire wear means a lot. So I think you're going to have guys that have up to 20 points of wear, percentage of wear, better than others, and you'll see it on the track here shortly.
So 33 laps in, about halfway through the fuel run, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. A little beyond halfway through, or right at half, you're correct. As Ripka looks to the bottom, can't get the power down, Haar holds on. Back to this battles back here, still hardcore racing going on, Baron.
Well, this track's got plenty of room, and it provides great racing. We hope our fans out in YouTube land are enjoying themselves, because it doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, it makes me want to be out there, Baron. I mean, this is what you race for. You know, when you get a single lane track, everybody's in a procession. It's okay, but it's not as fun as this. You can ride wherever you want to ride and have the same effect. This Sheffield goes way up there too. And you can also use it, Baron. You know, you want to get a run on a guy? Do 1 lap on the high side, 1 on the low.
Cut it in half. 1 high, 1 low.
I think we got a song about to be made.
We do. We had the high line, in turns 1 and 2, low line in 3 and 4. You flip it. Do the opposite.
Little
Great side-by-side battle here.
You missed my
What's that?
D-die-do in there.
What'd you do?
We were making a song, and I said I added in a D-die-do after that high and low, but didn't come through.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Leal up there right in front of Williams right now. That's 4th place for George Leal right in front of him. You got Darren Bruce. Ripka up front now, coming back, looking for the lead back. Buckshot. Ripka says, you think you can just pass me and walk away? No, sir.
Not today, Satan.
Wow. Great job by Har. Crossover by
Har.
Ripka.
Har holds him off for the time being.
Some great racing up front here on lap 37. Behind them, everybody's still closing in.
The longer these guys stay side by side, the easier it is going to be for them to come and get them.
Yeah, neither one of these guys are running their ideal line, so of course they're going to lose time. Bruce now 2.6 seconds back. He is closing fast. Leal right there. There is Sheffield as all the heavy hitters start coming to the front. Ripka falls off momentarily. Leal trying to battle with Sheffield, so these guys going at it pretty hard here. He's in Brantley in for an early stop here. This would be unscheduled, I believe.
Yeah, it feels unscheduled, doesn't it? Like I think there's something going on with that machine.
Well, it might be breaking it into thirds, perhaps. 40, 40, 40.
Okay.
Down on the bottom, Jason Jackson. He was involved in that early accident out here, logging some laps with some fresher rubber.
Got himself fixed up. 11 laps down here, though. Great racing here, Dean. I can't say it enough. Miami with those multiple grooves, it just works. And you've seen drivers choose the low side, they choose the high side. I mean, all they have to really do is practice the pit because you can put them wherever they ain't.
This is all we've ever wanted, Baron. Multi-groove racing. I absolutely love it. Places like maybe like a Bristol, much different track, but it can have the same effect as well. I love this style of racing.
Yeah, me too. And you can run 2 grooves at Bristol. It's hard, but you can do it.
Oh, absolutely. So this battle...
Someone say can run...
Go ahead.
Sorry, Dean. Go ahead.
It's all good. Go ahead, my friend.
I would say some would argue you could do it at Dover, too. But...
yeah, Dover's
Charlotte,
interesting.
For sure.
Dover, a lot of different entrance points into the corner, I would say.
Yeah, Charlotte for sure.
How about this Shane Har? We don't know a lot about him, but I mean, we're learning fast, aren't we?
Well, he's out in front, so TV time all over the place, and he came to race tonight, Dean. He said, "Rookie, nothing."
Absolutely. putting the Jordan machine out front here in the ECWP Homestead 175. We're 43 laps in a 117 lap race. It's championship night. Our presumptive champion, the 51 of Jorge Leal, sitting in fourth right now. Right behind him, Sheffield, looking strong. These two continuing to move forward. It's Tony
Big
Ratliff.
battle's going on. Yep. Go ahead.
Ratliff and Williams battling here, and Williams has been hanging on. He's one of the few that's ran the high side the whole time, Baron, and he seems to be able to maintain this. I mean, we're getting down to it. Pit stops, still 20 laps out, but I would say his car's held up very well.
Yeah, great observation there, Dean. He has been on the high side the whole time, and he has not sacrificed it, even when he's out there by himself and nobody's passing him. So he's very, very comfortable up there. Holding station in P7, but still a very fast race car.
Absolutely, doing great job. There's Spear. He's up 5 spots into 8th. Brian Helm, with that early surge, you've seen him up 10, 11 spots. He's fallen a little bit, now up 8 spots into 9th. The Toadman in 10th. We got Walker the second in 11th. There is Hunt. The Ashleys, Herb and Tom, 13th and 14th, both of them up 6 spots. And George, who was doing so good early, Barney slipped now down to 15th.
Well, maybe we need to go back to that McDonald's scheme.
There you go.
I love the fries.
We need us some fries. Ricky Williams back here up 5 spots in the monster machine. And Mark Hamill, he was up there doing pretty good too, now in 17th. Brantley in 18th. Whoa, and what? Brantley with a wild move.
Oopsie.
Holy smokes, Aaron.
Coming through.
You see our lead there. Har pulling away a little bit from Ripka. Bruce.
Getting a little bit of a gap here, yeah.
Yeah, Bruce trying to get in the picture. He is now within 2 seconds of the leader. Sheffield and Leal, they're about 3 seconds back from the leader. So everybody's kind of closing back together here at the end of the run. Big battle around Helm here. I think Brantley, who we just seen do that move, he's got some fresh rubber. He's rearing to go, and look at him just driving through. Low, high, I'm going all over. Back to the middle. Holy cow, Brantley.
Feels like Superman when you get all that fresh rubber. I mean, you are just so much faster than your competitors in this situation.
That was some wild stuff from Brantley. Makes it work, though. Helm low, Williams high, and Spear lurking right behind him.
And Jason Spear found some speed here, hasn't he? Top 10 run for him.
Absolutely, Ben. Jason Spear having a decent night, up 5 spots here. He'd been away a bit, so he might be a little bit rusty here, Ben.
Or drunk.
Could be. Could be. I mean, holidays get you new habits for him, right?
Is there anything more entertaining than a Jason Spear on cocktail?
Well, I don't know if there is. I mean, it is enjoyable, to be sure.
I need to get him in the booth sometime like that. Just start feeding him cocktails and let him call a race.
Yeah, we've had him in the booth, and we've had him on a few cocktails, haven't we?
I don't know. I don't know that he has for one of ours, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it's definitely happened, no doubt about it. Bruce now
That's awesome.
takes over second from Buckshot Ripka. How about Darren? I mean, steady. I mean, he makes his return back here, and he's looking the same as always, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a patient driver right there. He's letting the track come to him, and that's moving him forward. Lance Ripko, just watching his competitors drive off from him, it's got to be a defeating feeling after chasing the lead for most of the event tonight.
Yeah, and the car didn't really fall off till like lap 45, so a little surprising to see it fall off that late. Tom Ashley heads to pit road.
Well, does he bring his brother, right?
Yes, his brother, Herb
Yeah.
Ashley, back here in 13th position. I was going to say that Sheffield now up 14, Baron. He's starting to pull away from Jorge Leal. I mean, Leal, the master of the long run. Sheffield says, I can do it a little bit better here.
He has really got that car hooked up tonight, Dean.
Yes, sir. Tony Ratliff in 5th, Leal 6th now. Helm hanging in. Like I said, he had that big surge. He's back up 10 spots now, so he's resurging.
So lap 53 of 117 right now, passing everywhere. Here comes Darren Bruce on Shane
for the
Hart.
lead, Baron. This is for the lead. The 15 down low, late in the run. Holy smokes, Darren Bruce taking the lead here on lap 53. Har right to the bumper of him.
Power move by the 15 machine there. Darren Bruce and old man's coming to the front.
Wow, that was shocking. I mean, we got off it moments ago. He was nowhere close. He is surging in a hurry, pulling away already. So Darren Bruce, your new race leader. Har second. There's Ripken third. Sheffield starting to close in as well.
Great run by Darren Bruce. Shane Har, nothing to hang his head about yet. He's still in this thing. He's led a bunch of laps. Now, Dean, he's an educated man, too. What has he learned?
I mean, I think he learned that there's guys out here that are going to be very fast after 50 laps. I mean, Bruce pulling away right now, so Har's going to say, well, next time I'll save a little bit extra for you. Holy smokes.
Second run coming. I'm sure some of these guys are going to make adjustments here towards their driving style. Dean, I love it because a track like this provides racing all over the place, and so do your behaviors, right? So Shane just got passed for the lead. He's going back saying, what do I do next time?
Yeah, there's no doubt he's going to reassess as Sheffield takes over third. So Sheffield right there. Here comes Tony Ratliff. No room, but he makes room on the high side. Holy cow. So Tony having a nice night.
Yeah, he is. He sure is. Ripken dropping like a rock here.
Yeah, really late in the run. He is really struggling. That car worn out. There goes Leal. Here comes Spear. Wow. Got to get on pit road, Baron, as soon as possible. I don't think you're able to on a one stop quite yet, though.
Well, you said it was lap 65, so I know he's counting the laps until that happens, right?
Yeah, you're darn right he is. Michael Walker hanging in there. He is battling with Claus Williams. That's a battle for 9th position. So Walker late in the run moving forward as well. Here comes Hunt down pit road. She's giving in to the tires here, Baron.
This has to be scheduled.
That's a little early, I think. I don't think she can make it from here on one stop. So Bruce now a 2-second lead. He is absolutely flying around this track. Wow! Look at Sheffield pop into the picture as Har comes down pit road.
Big wiggle. Get her woe down, get her into your box, get your service, and get back out there. So, little shallow of halfway, Dean. Do you think we see more?
Yeah, I don't know
Here
what's
they
going
come.
on. It's looking like they can't make it here. Ripka's in, Gilly's in, Herb Ashley in also. So, I don't know. I mean, these guys are saying, I can't make it, I guess. And if that was the case, why did they wait this long, Baron?
It's a good question, Dean. I'm not sure why that did happen, as we were questioning the early pit from Jason Jackson, or was it Jason Jackson?
Brantley.
Jason Brantley. I take it back, the other Jason. Yeah, he came in, and we thought about doing it in thirds. He may be the only one that's got this thing figured out.
Yeah, this might be a big net gain for Jason Brantley. We'll see how it plays out. So there's Har coming back on the track. he'll have fresh rubber here, and he'll look to set sail, I would imagine. But, you know, that's one of the key. Oh, and Darren Bruce coming in. So these guys can't make it. Baron, what is going on?
You got me, Dean.
I mean, about 20 laps.
This is halfway. Yep.
I just can't do math again, Baron. This is halfway.
Right.
My goodness.
Just trying to help out where I can.
Holy smokes, I gotta get the abacus set. Well, you said lap 65, so anyway. Sheffield out here leading now. I'm still trying to recruit from my math problems. Sheffield coming in. Ratliff gonna follow him in. Here comes Spear. Wow, Spear hot. Hopefully he got that woe down. Leal is in.
That was a full send on the pit road right there by Jason Spear.
That was, I mean, if he got it slowed down, that was an amazing entrance. Michael Walker, your new race leader here. Ricky
62
Williams
goes on by with new tires. I mean, just absolutely, the speed difference is night and day.
Yeah, it's something else at this point. Williams in second, Brantley in third now, Hamill fourth, and Shane Haar. So he come in a little bit earlier. He's got about a second on Darren Bruce. That's got to be a little disappointing. I got to think Bruce had one heck of a pit stop there, Baron. I mean,
Michael Walker leading this. Rick, go ahead. Here's the pit board.
Bring up the pit board. Lap 57 for Haar, 59 for Bruce. I thought it was a little bit of a bigger difference, but only 2 laps, so Haar regains the lead here.
Leaders in.
New leader, Ricky Williams now. There goes Brantley going by as Williams comes into pit road. So Brantley will assume the lead here. That's Dibble on the inside of him. Dibble getting a lap back.
Jason Brantley putting this one into thirds. But we've seen guys make it halfway, so that's trouble.
It is trouble for him, there's no doubt. He's got to make an extra stop. He's got to get a well-timed caution. I would say right now would be a great time for him.
Yeah, he needs it.
There's Haar and Bruce. They're running down Mark Hamill for second. They're about 7 seconds behind our leader, Jason Brantley. There goes Mark Hamill onto pit road. Ripka currently 4th, Sheffield in 5th. Tom Ashley has moved up 14 spots into 6th position now. The front end of Tony Ratliff here.
Good looking scene right here. I love this. Of course, my favorite's the in-car, though.
Well, let's go for a little ride around the in-car here with Tony. What do you see
Tony
here,
Ratliff? Well, he's in the 6 machine. That's what we see here. And that steering wheel's very, very quiet right now. They're on fresh tires, so as the run goes on, that steering wheel is going to get a whole lot of motion. You see that little red telltale bobbing in and out of the bottom of the screen there. That's Tony's steering inputs there. And it's kind of a quiet conversation right now. But as we get later in the run, these tires wear out. That little red telltale there starts bobbing around like crazy.
Yeah, they'll start to fight it more and more. And you see there, a lot of turn on entry, Baron. I mean, that could hurt too, but I've seen Tony was really good on the long run there, so I think he's doing a lot right now. Brantley still your race leader, rocking the East Coast web printers machine. Now 2.5 seconds back to Haar and Bruce. These guys going to battle it out. You talked about it. Do you think Haar learned enough to hold off Bruce? You think he's saving a little bit right now?
Well, I think he's trying to save a little bit, but I know Aaron Bruce is just playing with his food right now, and I think as this run progresses, like it did in the last run, you see that 15 machine come alive. Uh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I always say is when you get out there and you got a car right there, especially the leader, you can tend to chase him and you can throw yourself off. You think you're being patient, but you're driving a little harder than you expect. So I don't expect that from Darren, but he's got to be cognizant of that.
Smart race car driver. I'm sure he's aware of what's going on. But he's also aware that that 18 machine backed up to him after some time, and he ended up putting 2 or 3 seconds on him by the end of that fuel run.
Yeah, he really did. Late in that run, you see there Ripka a little bit loose. Here comes Ricky Williams. Williams a lap down. Bruce coming underneath Brantley. So Brantley was the leader. Har gets by. Bruce comes by. And now Bruce looking for the lead.
Big run here from the 15. Big run.
Har not even going to challenge him there. I think he let him go. So Bruce slides on through. Har trying to get a bit of a run. Darren Bruce back to the front.
So Har just let him go on by that time. You think he's playing a little possum here?
Well, I think, I wouldn't say possum, but I think he thought there's no way I'm going to fight him. Because last time, if you remember, he was fighting Ripka for a bit, and it really hurt Ripka and Har. And I think he thought, I'm not going to do that this time. Let me use you. Let me stay with you and maybe use you at a little draft down the straightaway.
Great observation. I like what you're saying there, Dean. Yeah, he was side by side with Ripka for quite a bit. And he probably figures, I better manage these tires better than I did the last run because this 15 will get away from me.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised. I mean, Darren kind of came from nowhere. Remember, he started 8th here. So to see a guy come all the way from 8th and then run down leaders who had, a 4-second lead on the field was a little surprising for Har here.
Speaking of Ripka, it looks like he's rebounded nicely after pit stops. He's in P3 right now. There's a little gap between him and Shane Har, but P3 and, out there holding it down. And Brandon Sheffield coming up after him.
Yeah, I mean, Sheffield and Ripka. I mean, Ripka was so good for like 40, 45 laps, and then that car just went away. Sheffield was good basically the whole run. I mean, we're going to see how this all plays out. Sheffield's got a ton of work. I mean, he's 2 seconds behind our leaders. I think he can get up there. I mean, let's check the pit board and see when Sheffield came in. So lap 60. So he has a tire advantage here, Baron.
Yeah, he was a late pitter compared to the other ones, so he may have something figured out here, Dean.
Yeah, he's going to be a contender here late in this race. There's no doubt about it. Battle up front. Har not letting Bruce get away. I think you might be right about the possum thing here. Har just said, you know what, maybe I'd rather be second here. I've done that at times, Baron, because the car was a little loose. I like to get into second, and it would just tighten me up a little bit.
Well, you're stealing air from the front end of that machine, so it will get tight there, Dean, and it depends on how tight you want it, right? Like, what can it really handle there? He's not letting Bruce go, though.
He is not. Bruce, tough competitor, though. Ripka about a second back, a second and a half back. And then you got Sheffield in this gaggle along with Tony Ratliff hanging in there. Tony going to the high side.
Go on up there, Tony. Get you some.
Good battling. Ricky Williams, who's, a lap down here, and he's kind of messing with these guys, not doing anything wrong, but he's forcing them to run some different lines. Sheffield goes way high, looking for a big run. Where's he going to go with this car? He goes high, then low, right around Ripka. Now around Williams. Holy smokes.
Savvy race car driver there, Dean.
Man, a good
Use the
wheel
Williams
there.
machine. Yeah. Yep. Use that Williams machine as a pick.
That was very, very impressive. Sheffield on the move. 2 seconds back of Bruce. Tony Ratliff back here in 5th. He's got to deal with this as well. Up front, Bruce still leading. Har right there chasing. Sheffield, now he's clear of this group. Starting to try to run them down. Tony Ratliff, got to get through traffic. He gets by Ripka. Now trying to get by Williams. He'll do that, I think, in this corner. Williams fighting back, though.
Williams a lap down here. Yeah. Trying to stay on the lead lap.
I mean, he's racing hard. I mean, it's racing, so you got to deal with it. Tony dealt with it there. He clears them. Now here comes Ripka. All along, Spear lurking in 6th. He's up 7 spots on the night. Leal looking for his championship. I mean, I don't know. Does he have his legs up in there?
He's definitely got a drink in one hand, a cigarette in the other, right?
I think so. My goodness, the 51. Easy cruise for him here tonight. I think he's vacated thoughts of winning this race at this point. And, yeah, it's a good night for the 51. Anytime you can win a championship, Baron.
Just turning laps here, Dean.
Absolutely. I mean, I love trophies, Baron. I want to put one. I want to put one on myself. Forget another one.
I like trophy wives, and I'd like to put a couple on myself also.
Baron's got me snorting over here.
One day, Dean, you and I are going to sit at the same bar together.
Oh, I don't know if the
All
bar can
kinds of
handle it.
snorting going on.
We'll close it down. Heck, we might make them stay open late. There's Bruce and Har. I've been impressed with Har. How about you, Baron? I mean, he is hung. He let him go by, and he's just stuck with him.
Yeah, no, Shane Hart's, proven himself to be a worthy competitor out here tonight. He's racing with some great talent and, led some laps, got up front, did it clean. I like what I'm seeing out of him. He's going to be a great addition to this league in the next season.
Yeah, I think he's going to be up there fighting for wins and championships. Hard to tell on just one track. Oh, my goodness! Right in front of Bruce! Trouble! A guy comes into pit road. Har goes by. I think Bruce survives. Wow!
That was crazy. That was crazy talk.
Let's get a replay on this. My goodness. So here comes Bruce. Up and head on the track. Up high goes the car. That might be Dibble. I'm not sure. He cuts down right in front of the leader. I don't know how Bruce lifted and missed that.
Code Brown.
Oh, my goodness.
Code Brown.
Changed the complexion of the race as well as now Shane Har back out front. Bruce has to set to chasing. We got, 34 laps left here in this race? Unbelievable.
That was, yeah, I mean, look, I know Dibble, he would never intentionally pull something like that, but you gotta wonder.
Yeah, I think he just didn't realize they were coming. He's trying to take a good angle to pit road, but holy cow.
Yeah.
Here comes Brantley up here with our leaders. Now he weaves through them. Bruce has got to be saying, please, everybody stay away from me. Now side by side, Bruce trying to get back to the front. Wild scenes here at Homestead. All that allowed Sheffield to get right here, too. Holy smokes. Bruce back down on the bottom. Har holding them off.
Nice recovery here from the 15. Got a
Great
diaper
recovery.
change, but yeah. Got a
18
diaper
lets
change
him
coming,
go
but he's
again,
there.
Baron. Are you surprised he let him go again?
I'm not surprised. I think he's learned. You know, Darren Bruce has a long run car, and he cannot fight him too long and hope to maintain for the end of the race.
I mean, and this has brought Sheffield right here, Baron. Holy smokes. We are going to have ourselves a finish here tonight.
Well, that's a different conversation right there. If you get Sheffield that close to these guys, that's a whole different ball of wax. This man's come from the back of the field. He's passed some great drivers, and with just a handful of laps left out here, he is in the mix.
Incredible stuff. So that little bobble, it really saved Sheffield of doing all that hard work of inching his way up here. Now you see him just kind of releasing that car up high, cutting down. Nice line there by Sheffield. He's got a bit of a drive here, starting to move up on Har. He'll make the move to the inside. Bruce has got to be livid. He's thinking, my goodness, I got to contend with this now?
Yes, he does. He has to contend with this.
Great battling. Har not giving it up here. Sheffield slides up right in front of him. Har checks up. Holy cow.
Self-clearing track.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little aggressive. Good job by the 18 there. I mean, he lifted. He could have hit him there.
I think I might have.
I know you would have.
Yep. That might have been a nice little shot down the backstretch just to let you know, hey, Joker.
Absolutely. Tony Ratliff, Lance Ripka battling for fourth position here. Great run by Tony. He's been great lately. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Tony. And, you know, he's been practicing, Barrett.
And that's what it takes, right, Dean? You know, it's one of those things where this isn't just straight talent, although guys out here are you know, just abundance of talent. But it takes a lot of practice to put that talent in the right place. And here comes Tony Ratliff to prove that.
Yeah, I mean, we can personally speak to this, can't we, Baron? I mean, when we don't get a chance to practice, we don't look like we're about, like, what, 70% of ourselves or less?
20th place.
I tried to take it down from 80 to 70, but yeah, maybe 20.
Appreciate you. There you go, light a fire under old Barron, see if he can't get out there and get him a top 10.
Listen, I have no doubt it's in there, but it is true. You need track time, you need practice, and I think Tony Ratliff is really showing that. He's just getting better and better and better all the time. Right now, we got ourselves a race, though. Bruce leading, Sheffield in second, Har in third. I think, you know, if we get into these last portion of these laps, you've got to think that Sheffield and Bruce are going to end up battling. No offense to Har, but, you know, at the very end of the first run, he kind of faded a little bit compared to Bruce.
Well, Bruce had everybody covered. And that was no joke. I mean, he walked away. Once he got that pass made, he walked away 2-3 seconds on him. So there Bruce found his rhythm here tonight, but he's got company.
He's got company now. That 36 driving right up to the bumper. So Sheffield again takes to the high side. He'll cut it down here and get a drive off the, well, he won't cut it down, but he'll get a drive off the corner. Two different lines ending up in the same spot. I think Sheffield trying to decide how he's going to get a run on Bruce here.
He might get it down this backstretch here. Bruce with a nice drive on the low line, though.
Yeah, I think Bruce walking away a little bit. Maybe Sheffield's going to have to abandon that line, and he does. 25 to go here at Homestead. Darren Bruce, your leader. Sheffield right there. Har hanging on. He led a bunch. He's been right around the top 3 all night. Tony Ratliff starting to surge forward. He's in 4th. Ripka 5th. Leal, your champion, perhaps, in 6th position. Spear in 7th. Now he's up 6 spots. Nice run here by Jason Spear.
Yeah, he's having a good night. And Jason, really good competitor out here. We typically talk about him and his patience on the long run, but he's showing pure speed tonight, Dean. I'm 6 spots in the 7th place.
Yeah, I mean, I love what I've seen from him. Just a straight, honest, hard run there by the 83, and the results are looking good. Claus Williams, we've seen run the high line early on and kind of fade a little bit at the end, I believe, but he's regrouped here in 8th position. We got something going on with Tony. I think Tony's blinking a little bit here, Baron.
Oops.
That could be trouble. Looks like it's all sorted out here. But there's Claus. Michael Walker, nice night for him in 9th position. Up 3 spots. Great run. The Toadman in 10th. And they got Helm. That early surge by Brian Helm. Couldn't hold on to it. He's in 11th. The Ashleys, Tom and Herb. They're running right together here, so interesting. The brothers kind of going at it for 12th place. They're up 8 spots and 6 spots respectively here, Baron.
Good to have them in the series. Solid drivers here. They're running together right now, so, coming up to the next season, I think these boys are going to have something to say about where they're finishing.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're having fun out here battling each other. I love that. Herb
Sure
going
are.
by Tom right there.
That's a lot of bragging at the Thanksgiving table.
It is, and it's important. Last thing you want to
Yes,
do
it
is
is.
hear it from your brother. Up front, race is still on. Sheffield all over our leader, Darren Bruce. Sheffield takes to the high side. Ooh, sparks flying. A little bit loose. That's going to cost him.
So Sheffield got here, but he hasn't even been able to make that pass yet, Dean. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I thought he was kind of sizing him up, but I think what's happening is he was looking for a hair more speed and hasn't found it. Bruce has been rock steady. Now they come up on George Dibble as Tom Ashley there. He comes down pit road after his brother passed him. He might be angry, Baron.
Well, you never know, right? Like, I'm going to take my ball and leave the sandbox.
So Bruce working traffic. There's Rachel Hunt up high.
Rachel going a lap down here. Not the night she had hoped for.
No, not at all. The one currently in 14th. And Sheffield, great entrance there. Piles in and closes that gap a little bit. You see that line by the 15 though, Baron. I like it. Coming out of the corner a little bit late. Really saves that car.
Yeah, it takes the nose, the air off of the nose of the 36 too. So if there is any wheel motion coming out loose or tight, that disturbed air really messes. You see Sheffield's adjusted his line now.
He has, and he's closing back up. Har back here now has a challenge by Tony Ratliff, looking for 3rd. So Tony trying to do back-to-back 3rd place finishes, I believe. Right behind him, Ripka also there. So Har, a great race, fighting all night, but he's got all these guys around him fighting him.
All kinds of mess going on
Oh,
back here.
Har
Ripka,
pulls a
we got one.
tire or something. Something violent happened with the 18, and we've got a caution. Oh, boy. Everything just changed there. A violent crash.
What just happened?
It looked like he hit a phantom something on the track. Let's look. Here he is, coming around the corner. And wow! He hit nothing. The old phantom piece of something on the track got him.
Why? I didn't see a car.
There was nothing there, Baron. It was a. I've seen this once or twice before. It's a glitch or something. Sometimes people say there's supposed to maybe a fender was there or something, but nothing else happened around there. That's heartbreak for the 18. My goodness.
That's crazy.
And for our leaders, or at least our leader, Bruce, he's going to have to fight for this one now.
When he watches that replay, he is going to be heartbroken.
I mean, there's no way that's a blown tire. I don't know what that is, Baron.
I have no clue. You would think he'd still have plenty of tire left after that pit stop.
I don't know. It's so bizarre. It got you stuttering a little bit, Baron.
I've never seen anything like that before.
I've seen it once or twice. And a friend of the show there, Mr. Newton, has shown me that before. I think we've seen it twice. So this does happen. Usually there's a wreck in the area, though, and you figure, I ran over a phantom fender or something. Not this time. Nothing was going on there.
I mean, he wasn't anywhere near Ripka. There wasn't another car near him. I mean, like I said, I've been on this server since 13. I can't tell you I've ever seen that before.
Crazy, crazy stuff. Bruce does come off first. Sheffield second. Tony Ratliff third. So, and Tony, is that speeding or did Ripka just beat him off at pit road? Let's hope that's not a penalty by the 6.
Might have just passed him.
So we got ourselves a 15-lap shootout. Oh my goodness. Everything changes now.
Wow.
One of the craziest things you'll ever see.
Yeah, it was. Totally was. Yeah, if you're watching this in YouTube land now, screenshot that, send it off to iracing, and let them know what happened.
Yeah, put it on the forum. Get those trolls going. Get them all worked up.
Yeah. As soon as we get them fired up, we get some solutions made.
Unbelievable. Thank God Har wasn't leading at the time, Baron. I don't even know what. If I was driving that car, I would think it was on purpose. Who did that? What happened?
Well, right. I'd wonder who smacked me.
Crazy, crazy. So Bruce, Sheffield, Ripka, and Ratliff. Tony, that is, your top 4. Williams and Leal in row 3. Walker and Spear in row 4. The Toadman and Helm in the top 10. We got ourselves a 13 lap shootout when we go green.
Those are the fun ones.
We got 2 cars leading, Baron, who are long run guys. Can they get it done on the short run? Can someone like Claus Williams rock that high side and move forward? Here we go. Pace car is off.
Green, green, green.
Bruce starts her up. Looks like Ripka kind of missed a shift or spun the tires a little bit. He's gathered it up quite well. Leal trying to get underneath of Tony Ratliff. He had a slow start. Here it comes Ripka. Could he get up here? He had early run speed.
Well, we got one turned around back there, Dean.
Gotta stay with our
like
leaders.
Tony Ratliff. Yeah.
Oh no, Tony Ratliff. I missed that one. Tony on pit road. What a shame. Battle for the lead. Sheffield on the outside. Wow. What a head of steam he had. Sheffield right
like
to
that
the front.
high side. Yep, he's like that high side all night, Dean's working for him.
It is, and Ripka trying to do the same thing. Bruce falls into second. Ripka with a big run down to the bottom. Unbelievable. Sheffield steals the lead. Ripka steals second. Bruce now in third. Tony Ratliff has had an incident. He is in the garage, I believe.
Look at Jorge Leal. Got nothing to race for. He's up here racing, challenging Darren Bruce.
Leal closing in, trying to get here to at least the podium. Sheffield trying to set sail. Here comes Leal.
There's Wilson. Boys, I'm going to be the champion. You're going to have to deal with me tonight.
How about Ripka? He's looking on the inside. Sheffield holds him off. Bruce has got to be sick. He's fallen to 4th place.
I think old Darren Bruce is done just yet.
He's not done yet, but when you got 3 cars in front of you, Baron, things get very, very tough. Little contact, maybe down the track he goes. Wow. Ripka to the outside of Sheffield. Drives it in hard. Sheffield on the bottom, trying to get clear. He will. What racing here at Homestead. Ripka with a little bit of a deep send, almost contact on Sheffield. Here comes Leal, powering off
Leal's
the corner.
got a high line move. Oop, crossover.
George Leal looking for second now. What action up front. Leal low, Sheffield high, Ripka stays up high.
This is Miami racing. This is great stuff right here.
Oh, and Ripka has to check up.
Ripka back to the high side here, Dean.
A full send,
Big
it
run.
sticks. Here comes Claus Williams. Unbelievable.
He's
Claus
Darren
now in
Bruce.
4th. Spear sending it in
Spear.
there. Bruce getting killed by everybody. Up front, Ripka still looking, trying to get one on Sheffield. Absolutely insane here at Homestead.
Great racing. Great racing. Ripka's there. Boy, he's just hounding that back bumper on Sheffield.
I mean, this is looking like Kansas or something, the way these 4 just ran the wall there. Leal, full send
this,
to the
full
bottom.
send.
Holy cow! And he makes it stick.
Hashtag Warhoop.
George Leal
New
takes
leader.
the lead. Unbelievable. Sheffield with the crossover down into the corner. What action
run.
up front. Leal
Big
on the
run.
high side. He's got it so far. Sheffield
Oh,
trying to
give him
hang
a
on.
nudge.
Look at Bruce going 3 wide back here. Unbelievable. Sheffield does the same thing. Full send. Leal, big head of steam, cuts
Can't make
underneath
it
him.
stick. Couldn't make it stick. He got tight, Dean.
He got tight, a little bit of a late send there. Now Ripka looking at Leal. So George Leal, leader of the race now, 5 to go. Ripka and Sheffield chasing. Jason Spear has come up to 4th. Holy smokes. My heart rate is just going. Sheffield throws it in on the bottom. Makes it stick. Checks up in the center. Leal driving off the high side, fighting back.
Big run here. Good run.
4
So he retains
to
the
go.
lead. 4 to go. Yep, 4 to go.
George
Look
Leal.
at Jason. Look at Jason Spear in here.
Spear not holding back. Here comes Helm. Where did he come from? Now a move by Sheffield underneath a Leal. Full send again. Up the track he goes. He's going to have to check
Leal
up.
saw
He
it.
does.
He's checking. Yep. Leal saw it. He knew it.
And he's protecting from that crossover. So Sheffield right on the bumper. Still, he goes low.
I think Leal would like him to have that inside line because the last few times he's tried it, he's gotten tight, he's got it back.
Wow, I don't even know where I want to be in the last quarter. This is getting crazy. 3 to
No
go.
hole, made a hole.
Some of the best race. Oh no, Sheffield touches the wall. He hangs on though, actually gets a drive off the corner.
That checks up Ripka to bring Jason Spear to him.
There goes Sheffield, 2 to go, down to the bottom, full send. Looks like Leal backed out, looking to get a run here off the corner. Sheffield can't slide up. He does. They both contact the wall. Here comes everybody else. Watch out. Spear down to the inside. Wow, 3 wide down in the corner. The 83 looking to steal one. Here comes Bruce as well. Sheffield with a great corner. 3 wide here. The Toad Man's involved. This is getting crazy. Sheffield gets a little bit of space. Final lap here, Baron.
Jason Spear up on the top row here.
Here comes Darren Bruce on the bottom. Sheffield leading. Bruce, Spear, Ripka, the Toad Man all chasing. Final time. They send it in deep. Sheffield up high. He's just got to be clean. Here comes Spear. Sheffield going to come through and win this race. Spear will be second. Bruce in third. My goodness. Some of the best racing you will ever see, people.
That was awesome. That was just incredible.
What a way to finish the season. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Incredible stuff.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man, if that don't get you excited, nothing will.
Excited? I almost had a heart attack.
That was awesome. It was a privilege to watch that, Dean. It was a privilege.
I mean, that was hard racing. That was high order, fast paced chess is what that was. I mean, you had to plan your moves, and if the plan didn't work, you had to go to plan B and plan C. Wow. Leal was leading with like 3 to go or something, 2 to go even. He ends up in 5th. You know, Spear was probably 5th or 6th. He comes up here to 2nd. The Toad Man grabs 6th. Bruce fights back for 3rd. Crazy, crazy stuff.
How much fun was that? Can you imagine driving that? How much fun would that have been? My God.
That's why you race. That's why we're on iRacing. Events like that will be talked about for ages. 10 years from now, guys will say, remember that race at Homestead? Heck, look at them. They're talking about it right now. I don't want to move on.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the crowd, and I'm going to sit here for about an hour, Baron. There's Leal, too, celebrating his championship, as he should. Holy cow. All right, we got to take a break. I need to catch my breath here. We'll come back. We'll talk to everybody. I mean, what a race. Back here at Homestead, home of one of the best races ever. Brandon Sheffield coming out victorious. Baron, there is not a lot to say when you have a race like that. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
It sure does, Dean. I mean, that's what it's all about. You just want some clean racing with some great guys and a lot of heavy competition. That's what we got. I got everything I needed here tonight, Dean. That was a great race. way to send off the winter season.
Unbelievable. Slide jobs, moves to the bottom, crossovers, all kinds of things. Almost contact with the wall. Wow. There's your final results. We're not going to go through them. I mean, we've seen where everybody was. Incredible fun. We'll highlight a couple of guys. Newcomer Shane Haar was good tonight. Phantom Wreck brought us that fabulous finish. So I kind of thank iRacing for that Phantom Wreck, actually. The Ashley's finished right in front of him. The couple more rookies. Mark Hamill, 17th. Linger, we didn't get a chance to talk about. Good to see another new driver out here, and we'll try and highlight him more next time. But Sheffield gets the win. Leal gets the championship, and a lot of guys get a lot to talk about, Baron.
Yeah, they sure do, Dean. Look, George Leal had this championship sewn up before he even started the car tonight, and have him up there racing for this win was just special.
It really was. I was glad to see that as well. Right now, though, we turn our attention to the 15. Darren Bruce, third place. I mean, Darren, the caution made it cost you the win, but it gave us some of the most entertaining racing of all time. I mean, congrats on third, brother.
Hey, I don't know how it looked from y'all's seat, but from my seat, that was a heck of a finish. That was a fun race to finish in.
It might be the best finish I've ever seen, Darren. So exciting, unbelievable. I mean, tell us a little bit there. At the end, you're getting past, you're losing a couple of spots and a couple of more. Did you think you were done, or did you think, hey, I got a little bit here for him at the end?
Yeah, I thought I was done for. I had a good long stroke, long run, tire saving, fuel saving run, but I didn't have the short run speed. And that caution came out. I knew I was cooked.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough. A phantom caution, by the way, there, Darren. The 18 wrecking on nothing. The car just thrown into the wall. A very strange incident. But, man, I just enjoyed that so much. Tell us a little bit about your driving there tonight on how you were able to pull away. Particular, I mean, 60 lap run. You were good, say, from 30 to 50, but great from 50 to 60.
I'm a firm believer that hugging the bottom is easier on tires. It may not be the fastest, and that's the way I played this race. I just tried to, let out early, not hurt the tires, and roll the bottom and just run it like you've talked about before. Just run a lap time. Don't try to go fast and just see where it shakes out. And toward the end of a run, everybody else is going backwards, and I was maintaining my speed.
It wasn't, and we had a few rookies out here tonight, Darren. I think they showed well. Shane Haar, you battled with. What are your thoughts on some of the new guys?
Some of the new guys, they ain't rookies. They've been around, I can tell.
Yeah, we call them rookies, not true rookies. They look pretty good out there. Shane, quite a battle you had with them there.
Oh yeah, that was fun racing. Like I said, I just tried to mind my pace, do my thing, and let it fall where it fell, and it looked like it was going to fall right till that caution came out.
Darren, it was so exciting at the end. I can't even ask proper questions right now. But I just had a flash in the memory. How about, I think it was Dibble going onto pit road right in front of you. Holy smokes, that must have scared you.
I had a couple of instances like that happened with cars. I don't know if they stayed up on the track too long or what, but I had a couple of really close calls with cars pitting.
Well, Darren, it was great to see you back on the track. Dominant performance out there till that caution. Tough break at the end. Great finish in third. We'll turn it over to you, brother. And hey, welcome back to the series and everything. Good to see you out on the track.
I've just had a lot going on, birthdays and Super Bowl and trips and just different stuff going on. And I'm glad to be back. And hey, that might have cost me a win, but I'm sitting here grinning ear to ear. That was a fun race.
All right. Any thank yous or sponsors you got, Darren?
Thanks, yeah, thanks to you guys for doing the broadcast, and Todd and George. It's been a while. I don't remember who all to thank. Our sponsors. We'll give a shout out to Dirty South Racing. That's where my roots are. Jason Spear Racing, who I'm running under in this league. I want to thank my wife for letting me do this, and had a great time.
All right, Baron. Third place finisher, dominant car tonight, the 15, Darren Bruce.
Yeah, one third of the podium, but geez, half of the excitement in that last in those closing laps, and Darren with a solid run. But I got a very special guest with me, and I can't tell you how happy I am to actually get to talk to this driver. This is one Jason Spear right here, finishing second place. Mister, where the hell did he come from?
Uh, yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words as always, Baron. I don't know. I was so thankful that caution come out. I let them go there just a little bit when we went back green, and they were. I could see them battling. I was hoping I could capitalize on it. My car was good on the short run. So the setup I had from last night tonight just didn't last quite as long. But with that battling and stuff going on, I drove it as hard as I could drive it.
Well, you drove it, the tires off of it. I got to tell you, Dean and I are in the booth and we're calling this race, and out of the blue, here comes this red car coming out of nowhere, and you are absolutely flying. What are you thinking when you see that lead car? Sheffield's right in front of you. You got a nose on him. What are you doing?
I was hoping it'd stick down there when we went through 3 and 4 coming to the checkered. I was hoping, well, I mean, I don't want nothing bad to happen to his race or whatever, but I was hoping he'd wash up a little bit and I could capitalize on it, maybe pull one out. But I'm super happy to be where I'm at, and because without that caution, I was just toasted back there.
Well, you were not toast at all, my friend. You were absolutely cooking with Weston tonight, and I got to tell you, second place is not a win, but boy, it sure feels like it from where I was sitting.
Well, with the battling and stuff, the close racing we had all night long, I know we got spread out after pit green flag pit stops. It got spread out a little bit. There's not a whole lot of draft or suck up, but uh, there is a little bit. And if you don't have a car to draft up to, man, you really suffer on these straightaways. I know when I come off of pit road, I was by myself and just could not catch up.
Great run, Jason. I assume you're sober tonight. So, look, don't tell anybody, but we drive better when we're drunk, don't
Yeah, maybe not last night, but tonight, yes.
we?
So got to start work tomorrow.
Yeah, well, who you got to thank for your second place finish tonight, Jay?
Man, I appreciate everything everybody does here. I appreciate the league. We got a lot of new guys in here. Looking forward to a new season getting ready to start next week. Hopefully, I can continue this success here. Like I say, I capitalized on that. So, but looking forward to running these new series that we've got, and got a bunch of teammates. I got Brian there, and Darren. Darren was bad fast, man. He was class of the field for the most part, and I kind of hated battling with him there, although I liked it. But for me to capitalize, I had to do what I had to do to get there. But yeah, I want to thank our sponsors, man. JB, I know he's listening. Alive Church. Uh, we could none of us could do this if it wasn't for them two there. So thanks, JB and Mark, and appreciate everything they do for this league every week and their support. And see you next week.
We'll see you next week, Jason. Dean, second place finisher in the 88 machine, 83 machine. Let's see, Jason Spear.
Yeah, what a run by him and a late pull up to second place. But I'm down here in victory lane with the 36, Brandon Sheffield, winner of one of the most exciting finishes ever. Congratulations, Brandon.
That was wild. That had to be fun for you, man. That had to be a great race to call.
Fun, I almost had a heart attack, Brandon.
Well, that I can believe too.
I mean, my goodness. Let's get into it. Well, let's start back first before we get into it. You work your way through the field from the back. You obviously got a good car. You get up to Bruce, and now you're trying to find some a run. You're trying some different lines. What were you thinking at that point of the race?
Well, when the caution came out, I was thinking I was stuck because I'd tried the top and I could not build a run on him. He was in the lane I needed to be in if I was going to try to make something happen, because that was the fast lane for both him and I, where we seemed to make the best speed. So I don't know. I was just going to keep trying stuff. I mean, it was kind of, George and I at Atlanta or at Darlington all over again. I was just going to have to keep trying different lanes and keep putting runs together and see if one of them worked. I I don't know. I was starting to feel like I wasn't going to get him, but I still had some hope. I was definitely quicker than he was, but I just don't know if I was going to find the right line to get around him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to be certain, but caution does come out. Now the slugfest begins. You're in the middle of it. I think it was you and George at one point battling, and you both kind of touched the wall. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we lined up for the restart, and I don't know. I kind of thought to myself, well, is the biggest jerk is going to win this race. Basically, who's going to throw the dirtiest slider and make it stick and make the other guy lift, and that's eventually what had to happen. And George and I have gone around in circles here a whole bunch this season, and you know, he's the type of guy that you can race him really hard, and if you have to stuff him in the fence, or if he stuffs you in the fence, you can go laugh about it later. And he threw a huge bomb on me a couple times and then got clear, and then we started sliding, crossing each other over, and I had that run down the front straightaway, and he lifted early, which kind of surprised me. I thought he was going to drive it in deep and try to stay on my door. And then when he lifted early, I thought, okay, well, he's either thinking I'm going to slide him and he's going to cross me over like he's done a couple times, or he's just going to try to rip the fence and get back around me that way. So I kind of ran the middle and ran kind of conservative in case he came and tried to cross me over. When I saw he was running the top, I just kind of waited until the last second, moved up in front of him, and it kind of stuffed us both in the fence, but him way more than me, and he had to lift. And I don't like to win that way, but I don't think there's any other way I was going to win the night. So it's one of those things that I think George and I can go shake hands and laugh about it and just be happy with the run that we had. And I told him in the waiting room, we're finally even from Michigan way back in the day in the truck series where he got me by a bumper.
I mean, everybody was throwing haymakers out there, Brandon, not just you guys. I mean, everybody trying to make it stick, throwing it in hard, getting huge runs. Some of the best racing ever. I just want to talk you to talk a little bit about that. How much this type of race. I mean, I was saying like 10 years from now, you're going to look back and talk about this, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and that's these cars. Again, I've said it in this booth several times. I scratched my head when they said they're going to run this Gen 6 car, and it has turned out to be one of the best decisions the admins of this league have ever made, because it puts together this kind of racing week in and week out. You can't get away from somebody. You get a good run off the corner and you got 7 inches of spoiler hanging off the back of the car, and the guy behind you just sucks right back up to you by the time you get to the next corner. And so you have to throw haymakers on him, and you put them on a big wide racetrack like this, and it's just you're gonna have to slide each other and run different lines and get the kind of racing we had tonight. It's amazing. The show makes itself. You got some great drivers, and that certainly helps.
Yeah, man, it was just so incredible. I'm dumbfounded still, Brandon, watching it. Thrilled for you. You come from the back to the front. We're saying, like, how about we start qualifying? I know you got work commitments and everything else, but next season you got to be thrilled to get this one, put your name on top, and maybe next season we go championship hunting, eh?
Yeah, maybe that's gonna be tough. The first off, I mean, the drivers' competition and all that here is tough too. But I got a 2-year-old I got to get to bed, so that pretty much means I'm never going to make the drivers' meeting. And then I got his little brother showing up in April, so come April time, you probably won't see me around for a while because I'll be taking care of a newborn. But I'll be happy to be running all the races I can until he shows up.
Well, a bigger congrats to having a beautiful family, a couple of young ones. Love hearing that, Brandon. Congrats on this victory, man. It's a thrilling one. It goes in the history books. And we'll turn it over to you, brother. Anybody you want to shout out or thank?
Yeah, you guys. It starts with you guys. You guys put on an awesome broadcast. It makes it a joy to be able to take these and share them around to people and be proud of what we did on the racetrack, because there's somebody there to tell a story. It's huge what you guys do, and I'm very thankful for it. The admins of this league, I shouted them out earlier. They do an awesome job with this league. They got a great group of drivers. They're doing an awesome job with how they run it. I can't wait to get started with the seasons that we have starting next week. Shout out Jorge Leal, season champion. Great guy to race against. Somebody that I adore sharing the track with because of how he races and the kind of person he is on and off the racetrack. Got to thank my teammates. Jason had a rough night, got caught up in that early accident. The rest of them couldn't make it tonight, but all the boys over at GDR, Ed, Jason, Nick, and Derek. And then on the car, Caden Hammond Foundation, CadenHammondFoundation.org if you want to learn more, and Ed Kane CPA for all of your accounting and tax needs. Give Ed a call.
All right, Baron, that's a race winner, Brandon Sheffield. Unbelievable, and he had some kind words for, I believe, someone you're going to talk to now.
Well, George Leal, our series champion for the Winter Series, is with me, Dean, and I think George might have heard the kind words that Brandon Sheffield laid upon him. George, hell of a night. Glad you were up there racing for the lead. Talked about your night and your season.
Yeah, appreciate it. Enjoy racing against Brandon. Um, this race, I thought I had something figured out in practice. It seemed like it was doing pretty good. I leveled off with Darren there, and I know he's pretty good at this track and these types of tracks. And when we got going there, I went to the high side kind of early, trying to make up for my mistake in qualifying, and it just burned up the surprisingly burned up the right front. And I just was chasing it from there and thought I was going to come home sixth or seventh there on the long run, and that last caution came out and it made for a great race, if nothing else.
That was an amazing race and an amazing conclusion to an amazing season. George, you've been coming on strong lately. The winter season, really played into your hands. So we're looking forward to the next season. We're looking forward to Daytona here in a week. What do you got planned? You going for another championship?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. It's tough to make all the races. I think that's the main thing with winning these championships is just making all the races. Um, I almost missed this race, but I really tried my best to be here. But yeah, with my job, it's just kind of honestly, I'm surprised that I made the races that I made during the wintertime.
Hey, real life gets in the way sometimes of our virtual racing career, doesn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
We'd all rather, drink beer and race cars online, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah, any day.
So, championship run this year, almost a win tonight. You were in the heat, and that was got to be one of the best races you've been a part of it. Talk a little bit about it. Like, how did you get there, and what was your plan if you actually could win?
I was a little surprised, to be honest with you. I knew I was going to give them guys hell, but when I dove in there and passed Lance and Brandon there, I think it was going into 3. I was a little surprised, and I was like, "Well, that was pretty cool." And then I kind of felt my heart rate going up there coming out of turn 2, and it was a blast, just taking shots at each other and just racing those guys is a lot of fun. And that was one of the most fun races I've been in for sure.
So it's a Friday night tomorrow night. Gonna have a beer in celebration of this?
Yeah, we'll be down in Richmond. My daughter has a volleyball tournament, so we'll be
That's where I'm
hanging
at
out down
now.
there.
I'm in Richmond right now.
Nice.
Well, too bad I won't be here tomorrow night. I'd buy you a beer.
George, big congrats, man. I just want to chime in and congratulate you. I mean, what a season, man. Always up there, always in the top 3. I mean, just an awesome thing. Nobody can ever take it from you, brother. That one is forever.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, and it's been fun. I've been racing in this league about a year, and when I came in, I hadn't sim raced in like 10 or 12 years, and it was slow getting going, and I really feel like I'm getting back into it now, and uh, still trying to really nail these Gen 6 cars down. I feel like I got the Xfinity cars pretty good. These cars, they provide a really fun racing, but I'm going to keep working on it and keep racing these guys. These guys are awesome.
Well, they do. They provide fun racing. They provided us a great champion, a great representative of the league. Congratulations, George. So impressive. The 51, George Leal, your champion here. And we'll give you the mic, brother. Anybody you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the kind words, not only tonight, but on the previous broadcast. Thank Todd and George and the others that run this league. I really enjoy racing here. And thank Bryce Reiner. Me and him have gone at it big time this season. And he's a really clean racer and really fast. And, I really enjoy racing him, and among others, Brandon and Lance and those guys. But thank the sponsors, East Coast Web Printing, for putting this series on, and Live Church on Sunday nights. Without them, we wouldn't be on TV. So shout out to them and all the other league members. Really appreciate y'all having me and racing me hard and clean.
All right. Amazing job. Amazing champion. George Leal, the 51, the champion. Brandon Sheffield with the win here tonight. Baron, you always say I got everything I wanted when we have one of these. I mean, you can't ask for more.
Well, I said it before, and I'll say it again. I got everything I wanted, and we capped it off with a doozy, Dean. It was great to watch these great drivers, battle it out for that checkered flag. It's one that I'll never forget.
Me neither. And a little side note, I want to thank iRacing for the Phantom Wreck there. Brought us something special there. Unbelievable. I'm out energy, folks. We'll have more coming up every Thursday, 9:10 p.m. It's the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series. Please come and see it. Or for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labosco, that'll wrap it up from Homestead, and we'll see you right